If you are like me and know that America is the greatest opportunity in the world, but you also see there are huge issues starting to arise, like why is mentorship decreasing in popularity? Why do entrepreneurs like us who love to succeed see people fail at the top and never leave true significance? How do people like us make a lasting impact on the world? And is it possible for enough entrepreneurial leaders together to make a real difference? These are the blaring questions, and this podcast is the answer. Come join the journey with Christian Evans.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Journey with Christian podcast. Guys, this is Christian Evans, your host, and today we are going to be talking about how to prioritize your goals. 2020 is right around the corner, just coming up, full throttle, 100%. Man, and I don't know about you, but life just went by like that. Unbelievable. So much. I remember it was in June and I thought, man, I got 6 months, I got 7 months until December, and I'm going to go out there and conquer this. And guess what? I fell short on some of my goals. Not all of them, but we're in a good situation. We're fantastic. I love it, but I want to be honest. I want to be open. I didn't hit them all. I didn't. I'm not even close to some of my goals. And that's what just kind of hurt me. I was like, man, another year. But you know what? I look back, and December is a month for me to kind of look back in the months, and this last year, and meditate on it. Say, what did I learn? I learned a lot. What kind of failures did I have? What kind of successes did I have? And I want to understand that and put it in perspective. Now, also how to prioritize your goals. Guys, in order to prioritize your goals, you'll need to have a good understanding of what you need to be happy in your life. There are typically 4 areas in which most people make goals. 1, family. Spending more time with your kids or spouse or whatever. Financial. Saving toward your 6-month emergency cash or starting a business or putting, investment in property, right? Physical. Being healthy and more active. 4, personal, getting more education or devoting more time to spiritual pursuits. See, within each of these areas are numerous concerns, but most goals can be summed up into one of these 4 areas. As to which goals are most important at any given time, you'll need to ask yourself some questions to determine where to place your focus. So, good question here is, which goals nag at you most often? What keeps you up at night that worries you? Are your finances suffering because you cannot earn enough money at your current job and you want to figure out how to get out of the debt treadmill? This is a goal that fits in with all 4 of the areas above, because financial stress can cause a lot of problems with your health and personal development, as well as cause problems within the family. Which goals can be accomplished most easily? Now, some goals are very short term, but give maximum impact without too much work. For instance, maybe you have a goal of walking, let's say 15 minutes per day. This goal may only fit in with the personal and physical areas above, but walking 15 minutes per day will not take much away from the other areas and can give you a huge result and a feeling of accomplishment. So remember that. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and he said, if you want to be successful, make your bed. Every morning, make your bed. Because what happens is it sets the day and like, boom, I achieved something. Now let's go out there and keep going. It's the small things. Which goals would give you the most pride in yourself? Will you feel better if you lose 20 pounds? Or will you feel better if you spend 20 minutes extra with your son? See, keep in mind, there is no wrong answer. Although being healthy might ultimately give you more time in terms of years with your son. So always remember that. Now, my mindset is always, it's not an either or, it's how can I do both? How can I find time to do both? Do I wake up earlier to get a workout in? To then I can spend time with my son or my family in the morning, and then I can go off and do whatever I need to do. Which goals have the most permanent results? When choosing whether to spend that extra money on your degree, determine how permanent the results are, and realize that no one can take that degree from you. It will always be an accomplishment. What is it worth? For example, one of my biggest things is I am in a situation where I spend a lot of money in not on random crap and like, but like in learning and personal development and understanding and, systems and processes, because I'm intrigued and I can spend thousands. I've spent thousands. I can implement things into my business. So a lot of times I'm one of those individuals that I'd be fine with spending $2,000 on a program to learn, to understand, to go to a convention, to learn and be around that atmosphere, to network. Okay. And I guess to me, it's this whole concept of, okay, you know what? Not only time that I spend, but also my money. Where's my money being spent? And is it worth the investment that I'm going to get? Some people are really into PlayStation and video games. That's fantastic. Does it increase the time with my family? Does it give the result, the return on investment that I was looking for? Okay. And everybody's different. Which goals will still impact me in 5 years or 10 years? If you start a business today and work daily toward meeting the goals of that business, what will be different in 5 or 10 years? How will that impact you now and in the future? Which goals align with your core values in life? Any goal that fits into all 4 areas of your life is worth pursuing, if it also fits into your schedule at the time. Also, which goals are completely up to you, that you control 100%? Remember that you cannot control what anyone else does. So if any goal relies on the participation of someone else and you don't have their participation, you might not want to switch gears and focus on something only you control. Guys, I want to share a really impactful story. Guys, I build businesses and I want to help those that want to help themselves. I go out there and I try to find those that are, they're ambitious, they're motivated, they're coachable, they're teachable, they're accountable. And I go out there and I reach my hand out and I try to help them. And sometimes by doing that, I see some people that they choose not to help themselves. And it frustrates me and it hurts me. And I say, man, if only they would. And I realize, Christian, I can't do it. I can't go out there and make them do what they need to do. They have to decide. The only thing I can do is live my life to the fullest, that they become attracted to me, that all of a sudden they want and they earn inside themselves this deep desire of saying, you know what, I need and I want to become better and to go out there and accomplish those results. Another question, which goals are just for you? Some goals are completely personal in nature and have nothing to do with anyone else. For instance, you might want to read a particular author that has nothing to do with anything but your own pleasure. That is perfectly fine. Some things are very personal and you just have to put that down and you have to keep that off to the side and always know that's one of your goals, whatever you're struggling with. Which goals are just for others? There are shoulds that often get in the way of proper goal setting. And these are goals that are only for other people. Your spouse wants you to lose weight. Your mom wants you to go to college. Your best friend wants you to start a business. See, none of these are a good reason to do something, although as long as you know going in why, it's okay to make it a goal. This is very, very impactful, this question here, guys, because we have been pulled so many directions, and you have to make a goal to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to stand up and say, you know what, I'm going to identify that problem and tell that individual that I'm not going for that goal. That's their goal for me, and that's not my goal. That's not a goal for myself. And or you go in there and say, you know what, I want to change my perspective. I like what they're saying. They value me and I value them. And I want what they said, their goal for me. I want to go out there and achieve that goal for them about me. So I just want to share that with you as well. Which goals cause you the most fear and why? Sometimes the very thing you fear most is what's best for you to do. Look clearly at your goals and figure out why it frightens you. Sometimes it's the unknown, and like ripping off a Band-Aid, just doing it might be the best cure. Guys, this is one of the biggest things that I saw. Fear is one of the biggest things that I try to identify, and I try to go 100%. I realize that there is a lot of fear. I'm one of those individuals that I would be fine. I had a lot of work. I never knew how to really talk to people. I learned how to talk to people. I never really knew how to sell anything. I learned how to sell things. I never really knew how to just love on people. And I learned how to love on people. And I realized that, hey, you know what? This is something impactful. And the fear, and you embrace that fear, you embrace that uncomfort. And then all of a sudden, what happens is you just grown. And you keep embracing that uncomfort and embracing that uncomfort over and over and over and over again. And you'll realize how amazing you can become, the best version of yourself. And every single day is like that for the rest of your life. Which goals make you excited? Some goals immediately send tingles down your body and into your mind, pushing you forward to doing it. These are goals that are easy to do and probably impact your life a lot. However, do pay attention, because if it's a goal of becoming the higher scorer on a video game, you might want to question your why. This is something that is so powerful, because if you guys think and say, you know what, I want to be the best bowler on the team, that might be fantastic, but is it going to move your life ahead? You always have to ask that self. Which goals are most realistic? The best goals to put first are the goals that best fit into your life today. Cover all 4 areas of life and still fit in your schedule and where you control 100% of the effort. When you answer all these questions, you'll be able to see how the goals practically organize themselves. Try making a chart and adding each goal to the 4 areas. Then choosing the one that cross the most areas to add to your schedule first. Guys, I just want to share that with you. And again, going out there and accomplishing something great with your life. Answer these questions, because what that does is it takes your goals from very, overbounding macro aspect to all of a sudden more detailed oriented, and say, you know what? Not only are these my goals, but I'm going to prioritize my goals in this kind of way. And these questions help you establish those prioritizations. Thanks so much, guys, and enjoy.